Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage, our heroes decided to travel to Chult to find a piece of 6.
So Chult. Yes, Chult. I haven't seen anything but maybe a smoky mountain in the background.
But before they embark, they receive a worrisome warning about the ocean.
They are complaining that they're seeing mutations, nasty gnarled fish that have arms or legs.
But nothing can stand in the way of the Order of the Obsidian Flame. Well, maybe nothing.
A very large, long, fire-blazoned sword strikes down on the back of the ship where the helm is. And you look, and the invisibility spell starts releasing around this creature. It is winged. It has a face much like a horse, and it is screaming with a fire from its throat. A Baylor has taken purchase on your ship.
Oh no.
All right, so let's get this party started. Roll initiative.
10 has a 14.
Ha. Kyo beats 10 out of 13.
If we're playing golf.
A 7.
Bon.
21.
Devo is a 9. Yin. 7. All right, Kinian, what do you got?
10.
All right, Bon. It is your turn. As you rush to the top of the deck, well, let me set the scene real quick. Yeah. So, essentially, you guys were down below the deck when you started hearing these shouts, and when you got to the top of the deck, you saw the big red winged creature off in the distance. And as you were worrying about what that was, trying to figure out what it was, that's when you heard Lucky shout, "To me!" And when you look, a Baylor is starting to climb up on the back of the ship. You see the invisibility spell starts to dissipate, and it just starts to appear out of nowhere, starting from the top of the head and moving down as it climbs up to the ship. And you see hovering behind it is 3 Vroks, these demon-looking birds. They have these like claw-like hands with claw-like feet, and these long beaked noses. Teeth that are pointing every which way, even upward, like up through the top of their beaks. This Baylor has this horse-like snout that's pulled long, its big wings, and it's brandishing a sword in a wrapped-up whip as it pulls itself to the top of the deck, right next to one of the ballista. You know from your heritage, Bon, that Baylors are bad news. You understand that they are immune to fire and poison. They are resistant to cold, lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons. You also know an interesting trait about them, that when they die, they explode. And it's on your ship right now. What do you do?
I draw out Celestia's Might from the scabbard on my back. And I say, "Wrong ship, buddy." And I poof Angelic and cast Hunter's Mark on him.
All right. Do you make any movement?
I'll walk towards him.
Okay. It is the Baylor's turn. The Baylor is going to let out this breath of fire and heat from its mouth. It cracks its whip twice, and it whips towards the helm of the ship, wrapping the helm and breaking it off. You see Lucky like deftly dodge out of the way, his name saving him, and this whip is pulled taut. The helm strips from the ship, and it goes tumbling off the side.
Did he roll for that?
Yes,
That's really rude.
he did. Yep. He rolled a 22.
Good thing we've got an engineer.
Yeah. It is now the Vrok's turn. The Vrok, they fly around the ship and they start picking up. They start attempting to pick up cruise people. Let's see.
Use the ropes.
Live by the rope, die by the rope.
It's still mandatory for all the students to be tied to a
Yeah, a lifeline.
lifeline.
Yeah,
Right?
and they're all wearing their
scrubs.
Tom Selleck Hawaiian shirts.
That's the school uniform for study abroad.
Yeah.
Well, when in Schultz.
Two of the Vroks grab onto the crew. One actually gets a hold of Lucky and starts flying him over the edge of the ship and releases him. And he goes falling outside of the safety net.
Was he? That's further than 60 feet away, isn't it?
He is exactly 60.
Kyo uses his once-a-day feather fall.
Okay.
We'll find you!
Hope you know how to swim.
The other Vrok attempts to attack one of the other crewsmen and fails. And the last Vrok tries to take one of the apprentices off the side of the ship and releases them. Luckily enough, the apprentice nearby, or a apprentice nearby, has Featherfall prepared. That is their turn. Tin.
With their height, can I position myself where I can cast something that is a 30-foot radius?
On what?
On the rocks, sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna do Radiance of the Dawn, so they have to make con saving throws.
Okay. You're able to get one of them.
Okay, I won't do it for just one.
Okay.
I will instead use an action to activate my wings, and I can use a cantrip as a bonus, ? Or just bonus cantrips are bonus actions?
It's just bonus action spells
Okay.
that
You
can
could
be
use a
used.
prayer bead bonus action.
Yeah.
Or you could do like a spiritual hammer or something like that.
Bless.
Prayer. I was just about to say, if I can use
Yeah.
prayer beads, I will bless, Kinian, Bon, and Manette.
I'm never gonna ask for it, but I'm never gonna turn it down.
One day I will
All right.
totally remember how bonus actions work.
That's all right. All right.
But it is not this day.
No.
All right. Asmodeus is going to wing out, and as he does, he grows in size.
Did he get all the students to contract?
Maybe.
I'm sure he found a way. They're naive young little students, so
He is going to go for the flying Vroks because he has the speed to do so. Nat 1, so he ain't gonna do shit. Let's see. He's got one more attack.
Fucking devil on our side, and he fucking sucks.
You have a devil with no soul contracts anymore, so yeah, he's gonna hit. So he hits the one Vrok, 28 points of damage to the Vrok. All right, Kyo.
I'm going to move by movement speed of 30 feet towards the stairs and up
All right.
on the other side from 10. And then I'm going to cast a twinned banish on the Baylor and the Vrok that are over there. I don't want to... Can I roll back time just a little bit? Instead of twinning it, I want to cast it at, upcast it at a 5.
5.
It's the same effect.
All right. And they have to make a, what kind of save?
Charisma.
All right.
I'm just hoping this works.
Yeah, right.
DC 17. I mean, it's a Hail Mary, but...
A 3 for the Vrock.
Sucks to suck.
And a...
I'm
Oh,
guess-
wait. They've got magic resistance. 1 second. That means they got advantage. A 6. And the Baylor is going to succeed at a 24.
It's worth a shot.
So the Vrock disappears.
And then Kyo has an oh shit moment, and he sacrifices a sorcery point to give himself fire resistance.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that is my turn.
Kinian.
Kinian launches off the ground, flying 40 feet directly at the Baylor with his flying booties.
Okay.
And I'm going to bonus action rage.
All right.
My hair starts ablaze, and I call out, I'm just like, I just got this piece of shit put back together. Hell no! And I throw my great axe at the Baylor, because I probably can't get close enough with 40 feet of movement.
Yeah.
He dodges, and your great axe is gone into the void of the ocean.
It's got returning.
Oh.
Yeah.
You throw the great axe.
Connecting. Let's see. It's only 21 damage. I don't do as much when I throw it.
What was the AC?
36.
Okay, yeah. All right, and 21 damage.
Yeah.
All right. All right, that's
18 plus 18. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm
Jesus
like, I hit.
Christ. All right, yeah. So you throw this axe, and it just sticks right in the Baylor's chest, and it looks down quickly and then back at you and starts to roar, just roar. And that's when you reach out your hand, and the axe pulls back out of the Baylor and snaps to your hand.
Now, do I have multi-attack still?
How many attacks do you have? 2? Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah, fuck it, it's my game. This is why the enemies are so much weaker.
And I didn't do as good that time. I only have 34 to hit.
Only. Get out of here.
And
Are you sure you hit?
22 points of damage.
Yes.
22?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I've got plus 18 to hit when I throw it if I'm within 30 feet.
You have a 5% chance to miss.
The Trask, wherever it is, shivers a little bit.
All right, Devo is going to wing out as well, and when she does, she goes straight for the Baylor. Devo double moves to get within range of the Baylor, and that's all she does. It is now Rings' turn. Rings is way outside of battle, and she's just going to spend her turn getting closer to battle. Deke is going to look at Minette and wink an eye, and then starts to parkour up the first tier, and nat 20. So, Minette, you see him wink at you real quick, and he turns and he takes one leap, pushes his foot off the wall, and leaps again, grabbing the edge of the rail, pulls himself up, and pulls out one of his daggers. And that is his turn. Yinfarin is going to... she's gonna nope out of this bitch. And she runs downstairs. She says, I'm not this kind of person. and she runs down the stairs.
Ha! One less person in combat.
I was gonna say she's smart. Know that she is so completely out of class.
All right, Minette. Now it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to shoot the Vrock that Asmodeus is
Attacking?
attacking.
Okay.
So that I have sneak attack.
Snake attack.
Also, I want that thing to stop chucking our people overboard.
No, they're so inconsiderate, these demons.
26
The
to hit.
chaos.
Maybe more. 26 sounds
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, 26 hits.
42 points of damage.
Very nice.
42. This you blow away a chunk of the Varrock, and it starts to like drop and tries to right itself. It looks like it's having quite the time keeping aloft. It's not looking very good.
Cool. I'm going to back 30 feet away from it.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. That square with the circles in the middle, that's presumably the mast of some sort.
That is the that's the fire forge where the fire elemental's kept.
Is that something I can hide behind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
it's
I'm
huge.
going to go to the
Other side of it?
the towards the front of the ship and then hide.
Okay.
Double 19s on disadvantage. So 36 hide.
Not bad.
Okay.
I don't think you're
Noted.
trying hard enough, hun.
All right. The apprentices are going to start fleeing. One of them runs, like jumps down a level to try and get underneath, or below board. They take a little bit of damage as they fall, and the rest are actually going to run and hide in the cargo netting. They fall through the center cargo netting, and they are hiding.
I yell at them, cowards, if you all cast magic missile, we'd be okay.
And that is their turn. The crew is also going to start fleeing. The crew and the apprentices really don't have much of an idea what to do, so they're just trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. And it is Bon, your turn.
I continue up to the thing, the big thing.
The Baylor?
What the
The
fuck?
Baylor.
Okay. All right.
Words.
I go up to the guy and I say, the angels have it today, and chop away at him.
Okay. How much movement do you have?
60.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's just walking.
Yeah.
And that's just walking.
All right.
60 flight as well.
Yeah. You get to him and you start chopping away at him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First crit of the new year.
Woo!
And 29. 29 hits, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, the first hit is 47 points of damage. Plus 26.
Wait. Plus 26? What was
It's
the
a second hit.
Oh, okay. 26.
And you had your hunter's mark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I dodge.
Fair. Dodges, he can't attack or can
Disadvantage.
it's just
Disadvantage to
Okay,
hit.
cool. Excellent.
It's like you don't want to be crit.
The Baylor is going to say, "Puny protected," and whips at Devo. Oh, nat 20.
Uh-oh, Devo.
Whips at Devo. She takes.
I think he attacks at disadvantage because I hit him. Let me double check
Okay. You double check.
my barb juice. Has disadvantage against anything that isn't me.
Damn it!
So I guess dodge wasn't really needed. But it does give you advantage on dex saves.
He's still going to hit at a 30, but he doesn't crit.
If other
A
things
dunk.
attack Bond, he's dodging that.
Yeah. Dodging all of the things.
So she takes 18 plus 10, so 28 points of damage.
Shake it off, Devo. He's a puny little bitch.
It gets halved because me.
So 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Resistance.
Very nice. And she is grappled, and as she's grappled, the Baylor is going to swing her at Bon. That is going to be a 32.
At disadvantage.
That is going to be a 28? No, 29.
That still hits.
Yeah. All right. Bon, you take...
You might not be the only one with a plus 18 right now.
Yeah. You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage, and so does Devo.
So they both get it halved, and then I'm going to use my reaction to try to protect Devo with my guardians, because he
Okay.
can have the halve with his evasion.
That wasn't an evasion.
Or not
applicable
evasion,
attack.
thank
He's getting attacked. That's
Sorry.
Yeah. But it's fine. I'm good.
I'm going to try to protect her, and wow, I remove 12, 14, 19 points of damage from her.
Oh, so
It-
she doesn't take anything.
But it's reflected onto
Okay,
him
so
instead.
it takes 11.
So she's just like, that was odd.
And Bond's like, ouch! She's like, what? I barely hit you. I'm like, yeah, but it hurt.
All right,
What
that
have you been
is that is the Baylor's turn. The Vrox. Let's see. So, oh, that's right. You banished it, you son of a bitch. The two Vrox are going to, they're going to disengage actually, from Asmodeus.
bitches.
They can run, but they can't hide from Minette.
And they are going to come over and harass Kinian. They disengage and move towards Kinian and just kind of get in his face. It is now 10. Your turn.
Can I position? Yeah, I can position myself 30 feet from all three of them.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to use Radiance of the Dawn. So they have to do a con save.
All right.
All three of them.
Oh, the Baylor too?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta check then your movement. Okay. What's your save?
19.
19. All but the Baylor fail.
All right. So then, the Vrox take 29 radiant, and the Baylor takes 15 radiant.
All right.
So, Bon, you shared the fact that the Baylor explodes when he dies, right?
He hasn't said
Nope.
anything yet.
You might want to do that.
That's Tin's turn. Next is Asmodeus. Asmodeus is going to go into a nosedive, going for the
Contracts.
the two souls slowly floating down. Kyo, your turn.
Kyo goes up the stairs and peeks, and he can see the two Vrox.
Yep.
And so he quickens a chill touch
Okay.
at the nearest one, and then twins a chill touch at the both of them.
Nice.
All right.
So the first one is not very good. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So he hits the first rock, takes 3d8 necrotic. Whew. Oh, that's
Wow,
hot. 11
nice.
necrotic on the first one.
Nice. That is just enough for the Varrock to get stricken by this chill touch. It's outside. It's like the skin husk starts to cool and shrivel, and as the Varrock tries to continue to stay aloft, the skin starts to break and shatter on the ground. And when it does, hot oil starts pouring out from the wounds, and it turns into a big oil puddle on the top deck.
So I should really avoid fire spells right now.
So then the twin chilled touch ends up being at the other Vrock and the Baylor.
Okay.
Since the one died. And
Is that Vrock completely dead, or is he just like...
He's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
And the other Vrock is hit easily, and I doubt a 9 hits a Baylor, or an 11 hits a Baylor.
Yeah, that misses.
So the second Vrock takes a whopping 12.
All right. That Varrock, its skin starts to chap. It's having a hard time flying, but it's still alive.
It can't be healed.
Kinian.
How big is a Baylor?
Baylor is a huge creature. It's somewhere to the... It's as tall as a giant. It's about 15-ish feet tall, with a pretty wide wingspan. So it covers somewhere around a 15 by 15 area.
All right, I'm gonna go like horsefly in his horse face, going after his eyes.
Okay.
So I fly, and I'm striking at his head, basically, just trying to get him to fall off the ship.
The Varrock is going to attack at for what do you call it?
Op attack.
Op attack.
Okay.
That is going to be a not enough. It's 13.
Yeah, and I wasn't reckless because I couldn't.
Yeah.
But now I am.
Ah!
21 hit. The Baylor.
21 does hit.
All right, first hit, and then cool, 2 hits. The first swing is 37 points of slashing, and then the next one is 32.
As you cut at the Baylor, you start to see gouts of fire and lava like pour out from the skin, and it starts burning like these holes or these pits into the top of deck. You start seeing like the lava like has pressure to it and starts spurting out from the chest. It's not looking good. Devo is going to she uses a maneuver, and she says, anytime, Manette. And so you can make a attack
At advantage.
at
It's not
advantage. Yeah.
She only gives up a attack for that
Oh, does she?
in her bonus
Really?
action, so she gets
Nice.
all her other attacks. If she's got 3, she still has 2 attacks.
I'll double check.
Presumably, she wants me to hit the Baylor. So
Yeah.
I'll hit
Yeah.
the Baylor. Oh, and bless. 22. Which should hit.
22. Yeah, that hits.
43 damage.
And she says, at that moment, she says, "Everybody get back!" And she pulls out the hilted, or the hilt of the Sunblade, and when she whips it to the side of her, the blade, the sunlight blade, just shoots out, and she starts cutting at the Baylor. That is a 15. It's gonna miss, and that's gonna hit at a 21. 6 points of damage. Fuck.
Woo.
Wow.
How underwhelming.
Yeah.
She's only a
And the
level
Baylor
below you guys.
explodes.
Yeah, I've been more effective than that. I'm a level below them.
Yeah. All right. It is now Ring's turn. Ring's just like... She runs across the deck and she's trying to catch up to everyone. She's still pretty far away. She gets within range on this turn, and she flips the middle finger to the Baylor, and it makes a dex save. Ooh, that's low. Let's see if you're a Dexy boy. Nope.
He's big, so he's not.
He fails. The middle finger goes off, and the sickly green middle finger shoots out from Ring's hand, and she does a whole ton of damage as she hits him with a death ray.
Disintegration would be better. Because he wouldn't blow up.
46 points of damage. At this point, lava is just pouring out of him, burning the top deck of the ship. Some of it is even like burning through the deck of the ship. It is looking terrible. All right, Deke gets within range, flips his dagger between his fingers, and then throws it. He crits. Let's see, what's a dagger damage?
D4.
D4? All right, 7 points of damage.
Have.
Sick crit.
Have, right, because it's not... Yep. That's right. The dagger sticks into the Baylor, and as it sits there, the lava starts to pour around it, and it starts melting the dagger away. Deke's like, shit! He goes and attempts to hide. Or wait, he can't do that yet. So he just finishes his movement. Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan, and thank you so much for joining us once again for another episode of Roll with Advantage. This is Season 3, Episode 15. Thank you so much to you guys for listening and for just being awesome. You guys have created just an amazing community. If you want to join the community more and be more a part of the conversation, please hit us up on our social medias and we'll send you a link to our Discord. You can check us out on Twitter at DM's Table or on Facebook at The DM's Table, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I am starting up doing Monster of the Week once again, where I do a tweet-sized hook of a random monster chosen by our Discord group. It is very fun and very interesting. Go check those out and use them in your game today. A big thank you to our patrons. Our patrons are absolutely amazing. You guys are absolutely the best. Without you, we would not be able to keep the show hosted, so please take my sincerest thank you. If you want to become a patron and help support the show, go on over to patreon.com/DMsTable. Over there, you'll be able to check out our tiers. We've got cool little things for each one of the tiers. Go check it out today and help keep us out there to entertain you and your fellow humans. Also, big shout out to friend of the show, Standing Stones Workshop. Go check her out on YouTube. Just search for Standing Stones Workshop and she'll pop right up. Make sure to subscribe. She does absolutely fantastic work when it comes to minis painting. She just put out a druid as of this recording, and it is really cool to watch her process, and it turns out really, really beautiful. go check her out also on Facebook and make sure to follow her there as well. All right, it is time to talk about this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform with over 180,000 books to choose from. They have an absolutely phenomenal selection. You can get a pretty cool deal if you go to audibletrial.com/RWA. That will help out us at the show, and it gives you 2 free books, 2 free Audible originals, and a 30-day trial to one of the best audiobook platforms that there is out there. Now, let's throw it over to Adam for this week's recommendation. Adam, don't let me down.
Hey guys, this week I'm suggesting a book I heard about from AJ, voice of Manette. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, narrated by Jeff Harding, is the start of a great fantasy series. Glory never gets old. Clay Cooper and his band were once the best of the best, the most feared and renowned crew of mercenaries this side of Heartwild. Their glory days long past, the Mercs have grown apart and grown old, fat, drunk, or a combination of the three. Then, an ex-bandmate turns up at Clay's door with a plea for help. The kind of mission that only the very brave, or the very stupid, would sign up for. It's time to get the band back together. Once again, that's Kings of the Wild. Alright, I hope it didn't lay you down, Alan.
All right, he better not have. I am going to check his work right now, and I suggest you do too. Go check that book out, and let's talk about it. And last but not least, let's talk about Incompetech. Incompetech.com is a really cool audio platform that does amazing audio scores. We use them all the time on the podcast, and it is just absolutely fantastic. They have such a wide selection, and they use cloud tags so you can put in the style that you're looking for and kind of the feeling you're looking for, and really dial in on what you want for your show or what have you. I love listening to the Incompetech scores while I am working or even when I'm prepping. They do just phenomenal work that you really need to listen to. All right, that's all I have for you this week. Let's get back to the episode, and I will see you out on the internet. Bye, guys. Manette, your turn.
I'm going to shoot the Vrak.
Okay.
Take that, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
29.
29 hits.
Yep. And he's not engaged with an enemy or an ally right now.
He's a single frog.
He looks like a Skeksis with wings.
36.
All right.
And then I hide at a 31.
All
Or
right.
28. Doesn't matter.
You shoot
Something
the
high.
Vrak. You shoot the Vrak, and oil starts pouring out of the wounds, splashing at the ground. Some of it kicking up on tin. The apprentices and the crew are effectively out of the initiative order now. And it is Bon, your turn.
I sheathe Celestia's might and I scream out, "This guy's gonna blow!" And then I cast Gust of Wind straight at him.
So yeah, he does blow.
And if you could make a strength save,
All right.
which I'm sure he'll beat with no problem.
I don't know. Strength 17.
Barely. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
He's got wind blowing in his face, though.
All right. The cold wind blows on it, and some of the wounds close up a little bit as stone takes over, plugging the holes. Anything else you want to do?
I healed him.
You're adding shrapnel damage.
Oh, that's it.
All right. The Baylor is going to... Oh, let's see. The Baylor, he goes... and starts flapping his wings, flying forward, pushing past Kinian and Bon and Devo, and takes his sword and plunges it into his heart. And when he does, the Baylord starts to, like, all its skin starts to crack, and between the cracks you see more and more lava. The lava pools, and this white light starts to shine out from the cracks, and you hear this and it explodes.
I shield as a reaction.
Okay. All right.
Absorb elements.
Stones go shooting everywhere like a claymore. The Vrak does not make it. Everybody needs to make a dex saving throw.
Everybody, or just everybody in a radius? Because I'm pretty far back.
Sorry. Everybody in a radius. I'll show the radius here.
I'm feeling pretty good about my save.
24.
Let's see. The radius covers Devo, Bon, Kinian, one of the masts, and Deke. Let's start with Kinian. What do you got, Kinian?
24.
You succeed. Bon.
27.
27. You succeed. Devo has a 8.
Ooh.
So Devo gets hit with the full blast. Deke gets hit with full blast. Well, a partial blast because of where he's at.
Oh, yeah, behind the
mast.
The mast.
Yeah. Okay. So this explosion goes off. Stone and fire goes everywhere. Kinian, Bon, you both take 30 points of fire damage? Yeah, fire damage. And Devo takes the full 60.
Bon flaps his wings and parts the flames in front of him and takes no damage.
All right.
I have it. Just like...
The mast in front of you has splintered and broken, and it starts to tilt to the side. Deke is attempting to dodge out of the way. He ends up falling unconscious as the flames badly burn him.
No!
Manette, you hear this, like, just above your head. And when you look up, you see holes in the balloon where the stones have cut through. You all are starting to lose altitude. We will keep initiative. What do you want to do?
How does that keel tugboat thing sound to everyone?
I say, 10, you save Deke. I got my needle and thread. Let's save the ship.
All right, so the Baylor has exploded. The mast is broken and has fallen on the deck of the ship. The balloon has holes in it, but is still inflated for now.
I do mending, but it takes a minute per.
Are we above land or water?
You are over ocean right now.
But we're in a ship.
Yeah! What do you want to do? Let's start with 10.
Furiously cast mend.
Yeah.
Well, I'll quickly cast Cure Wounds on Deke.
Okay.
How high? Actually, how high are we above ocean?
Fuck.
Hi.
Yeah, I think.
How were you not prepared for this?
Yeah,
You knew
right.
this was going to
Like
happen.
at least 100 or 200 feet up?
I think it's 900 feet.
How
Okay.
did we never think to get a parachute for the
So,
ship?
so we've got like a few rounds before we would hit the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys aren't in a free fall currently.
Oh, we're not.
No,
Okay.
no. The balloon is still inflated. It's just
Leaking.
it's leaking bad. So it's not able to. You guys are falling, but it's not with full force. All right, Keo, what do you want to do?
I continue to concentrate on the spell that's keeping the last rock banished.
Do you have men?
Mend takes a minute per cut.
Oh.
It's a cantrip. It's 6 seconds.
It takes a minute.
Oh.
Casting time of a minute.
Okay.
So Minette's just been cheating.
I've been
this whole
playing that
time.
wrong.
I cast Mend.
Let's be real. It had no effect on the
no.
the gameplay aside from making me feel better.
You have a special scope, man.
Yeah, when I say mend, I was really just checking the sites.
So Keo,
It's
what
a
do you want to do?
shorthand.
Well, see, he no, Minette's having a crisis because he realizes that that's been a placebo this whole time. It didn't actually work. He's
His faith is
like-
shaken.
Minette's like, Keo, cast men, fix the balloon. And Keo's like, that won't work. It takes a minute per cut.
Minette just had the first sentence of the spell, and it was like
That's
the
actually
next page
amazing.
had a giant paragraph of the spell.
Can that please be
It's
part of like the next battle when you use your thunder cannon?
Keo's gonna go check on the students.
Okay. So you
He's yelling at them.
You swoop through the door and start counting your children.
And I'm like, get up here. Make yourself useful. You're all getting failing grades right now.
Kinian, what do you do?
What was this mast holding up?
So this mast is holding up is basically holding up all the back sails.
Oh, that's fine. They can be collapsed.
So it's holding up the back sails. It's also holding up the other mast. It's keeping tension across.
Oh shit! So it's part of the balloon.
Yep.
Should we try to like
Let's not
intentionally land on the ocean? Because then we can control the descent a little bit. And then once we land on the water, we'll be buoyant, so we won't have to worry.
That's a good idea, as long as they fix the hole where I ran it into the cliff.
Yeah, they did.
You're
talking
It
about
was a pristine ship when we left on this trip.
Yep.
I want to look in the hole where the
Lava was?
wheel used to be.
Oh, the wheel.
Okay.
Like for the rudder control, like the flight control.
Yep. And you see like ropes are like all a tangle. You see underneath there's like these like cowering students as Keo's like pointing his finger and like barking at them.
Hey, you hear, this is pass, fail, and fail means death.
Oh shit!
Instead, I'm going to take my attention to the mast.
Okay.
I'm a strong boy. I'm going to see if I can, because I don't know, did it fall all the way down, or is it kind of just loose?
So it basically fell to where it Rings had to actually dodge out of the way. It's fallen across the top deck and the poop deck.
That's going to be a big mess.
So kind of like in this area.
Gotcha. I'm going to call out to
You do have bless still, by the way.
Asmodeus, and I'm going to say, help me with this shit. And I'm going to start like trying to get on a point of the pillar to get some leverage and I don't know, is strength even influence my magical flight?
No, I don't. So I don't think you are capable of lifting this, especially when flying. I mean, this
You
is.
have to be on the ground so you have leverage.
Yeah, you've got. That's the big trouble, is leverage is against you. So even if you have Storm Giant strength, you still have to fight that leverage. But with assistance, with shouting to Asmodeus, you might be able to do it. So you get down and you're starting to like, you grab the base of it and you're just like, your veins are popping out in your from your arm and from your neck and in your forehead. Asmodeus is like, give me a fucking second, and he flies up to the side. He throws down two of the people he saved, and he's got the helm wheel in his other hand, and he throws that across the deck. He gets on the other side, and he starts like reefing on the other end, and you guys are able to give me a strength check.
Are those students like concussed or anything?
Oh, they're out. Well, it's one student and one deck, one crew member.
Can I enlarge
Lucky.
Kinian?
Yeah, go for it.
I enlarge Kinian.
Oh, it was lucky, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So leverage is less of an issue now that I'm large.
Yep.
And I'm still raging because it's been less than a minute.
Yep.
Which is good. Bless doesn't help me.
Oh, it doesn't?
Guidance does.
Oh. I can cast guidance before you do your thing then.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Concentration spell.
well, we don't need bless anymore, right?
35 athletics. That's without
35.
That's without any juice
Holy
from
shit.
being large.
Yeah. Okay. You and Asmodeus, you pick it up, and where do you want to put this? Like, it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to make it not broken?
I'm
anymore?
going to basically, like, the thought is to stand it back up so that the balloon essentially has
something to hold
something
on
to hold on to.
Okay.
And not worried about that other part just yet. Just trying to
Alright.
trying to hold it up, and then probably shout to the crew for something to reinforce it.
Okay. Okay, so basically you guys stand this up, and both you and Asmodeus are just holding the rear mast in place, and you're barking at people to start getting something together. Everybody's kind of at a loss for what to actually do with this broken mast.
We need metal banding, essentially.
Yeah, and probably some metal supports and stuff. Let's see. It is so the mast broke above the deck. It broke roughly like hip height of the Baylor, so about 5 foot up. So there is a bit to hold onto if you had like a coupler type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So we need metal support.
potentially, yeah.
Is
Yep.
that something where, like, we could totally jerry-rig it out of, like, melted cheap swords or something?
It would be jury rigging,
Yeah. Yeah.
quite literally.
Yeah. Potentially.
Rope
You'd
and
have
rods.
you'd have to come up with something for me.
Vertical rods spaced around the post, and then rope tying it up.
This has to be a contingency that we've somewhat planned for. We're on a ship.
I don't
Well,
know.
we could use the swords as vertical rods
And then
and
rope
then
it up.
just rope to tie it together.
We don't have any lumber.
Pry up
We're
some
on
of the
a
floorboards.
Yeah,
This
I
is-
mean, you guys. So, like, I mean,
You probably
Grab
have
the
stuff in your
railing
shop, too.
from mid deck and use that.
yeah, you guys.
I mean,
you
there's-
guys can
there's
get
parts of
some
the ship we
lumber.
don't
I
need.
mean, I don't know, Ben. You're my historian here. What did they do when a mast broke? Like,
They jury rigged a new mast. That's where the term
oh,
comes from.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Explain how that happens. So, because I am completely at a loss. I
you
don't
would
know how
have a
that
ship's
works after
carpenter.
that. Okay.
You know, and basically what they would do is they would lash together.
Okay, kind of
Yeah.
like a splint.
Yeah, it was just they'd do a temporary mast.
Okay.
I think it's sort of what I was suggesting,
Hmm.
like vertical wood or rods kind of around it, and
Yep.
then roping it.
Because
Yep,
the masts
okay.
were often in sections anyways.
Okay. Yeah, because you can't grow, or it's really hard for them to harvest trees that straight. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, I think this is going to take. I think with some basic understanding, Minette, give me a intelligence check with proficiency. So you are ordering what needs to be done at this point.
31.
31. Okay. All right. So with Minette's intelligence check, you guys are able to jerry rig something that is usable for the short term. You're probably going to need to figure something out for the rest of your journey, but for it might get you along with for a couple of days.
I'm stuck holding this until it's jury rig, but then after that, then yeah,
Still gotta figure out the.
Well, I'd be yelling at the crew to mend the balloon.
Okay.
This is something
And
that
they're coming
the whole
up with
crew is-
canvases.
Yeah, is capable of.
Yep, and they've got canvases, and they're using. One half of the crew is tying up the broken mast. The other half is climbing from the mast in the front and making their way over the balloon, patching it with some of the extra canvas to patch up the balloon.
I went down and insulted / poked the fire elemental
I was
to
gonna
get him
joke that I
get
poured
him a
alcohol.
little hot-headed to increase the air going up there, just to try and make up for what we're losing while it's getting rigged.
There's actually this opening or this crank that allows more air in or out of the furnace, and as you crank it open, you start to hear the fire elemental inside suck in the air, and as it sucks in the air, you feel more heat pour out from the furnace.
Have we been sort of suffocating this elemental forever?
Yeah.
We're horrible people.
I didn't realize that. Does it need to be suffocated in order to provide its function?
It seems
it's
like it's what happened to Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's just right on the edge where
Yeah.
he doesn't have enough to breathe.
Yeah, it's dampening. That's so when you guys let out the air in the balloon, you crank it all the way close, and the air elemental has no more air to burn, so it effectively goes dormant. It doesn't die because of what it is, but when you crack it back open, it comes back out of dormancy.
Okay, if it's dormant, then it's not in agony all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minette realizes this. Just so happens to cross through his head at this moment. As he opens it up, he hears the air sucking in, and oh well, shrugs, walks away.
I was gonna make the exact same suggestion plus alcohol.
Yeah. Nice.
Can't we just tell him to take 5 or something? Jesus.
We tried that with the air elemental.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
All right.
Disappeared.
Luckily though, Keo's windlass. What do you call it? The other ballista is on the bow, so it wasn't damaged. Unfortunately, though,
it's actually on
Keo's house was damaged.
It's on the foretop.
You guys have avoided near peril. This mast isn't going to hold up for long. The crew looks to you for ideas.
Day are we on at this point?
10.
Ooh, so we
Day
still
10.
got a long ways to go.
Yep. 20 days at least just to get there.
Are we near a city?
Let's see.
Within
here.
a day or two?
Near land of any sort.
Kyo, can't we just
you
teleport
you guys are not
and
far.
come back with materials?
You could do some of that, not a full mast though. The teleportation circles, I don't think going to be big enough for it. Okay, so you guys are actually pretty close to the Moonshade Isles. We're talking like 3 or 4 days.
Probably won't hold the fly the whole way, but we could sail there.
We can go there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Kinian's thinking things over. And he waits for Bond to walk away, and he turns to Matt, and I'm like, Manette, what are your thoughts on piracy? 'Cause we can just find another ship.
We'd be risking further damage to the ship that way.
Oh, not if I fly down and kill everyone first.
And Rings walks over and she's like, "You also have a trap door on your ship. You could just drop a bunch of heavy cargo on them."
And I point at her when she's saying that.
Don't you fucking agree with me?
I skulk away.
Oh,
You're still in the doghouse.
2 months in real time, but game time. It's still a real fresh wound. Minette, give me a history check. Something sounds familiar about the Moonshade Isle.
25.
That's what I kind of figured.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So, Minette, you remember Laryl told you about Arten Big Toe, a female dwarf in the Moonshade Isles who
Makes flying carpets.
makes flying carpets and probably makes other things.
Who is it that makes flying carpets?
Arten Big Toe,
Okay.
female dwarf.
Kyo, he has an idea with this. If she makes flying carpets, I bet she could make flying sails. Think about it.
The DM likes this. The DM likes this.
It popped your balloon. So.
Yeah. We got safety nets.
I mean,
Redundancies.
Yeah, that's right.
do I have any better idea of where this person is on the Moonshade Isles?
The Moonshade Isles are pretty big.
Isn't that like a ginormous set of
that
islands?
whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see Moonshell
Yep.
now. Dang.
So like,
that's pretty big.
She is down in Snowdon.
Oh.
That's what my notes say.
That's only 4 days away for us.
but do I know that?
You don't.
But that looks to be like
But
the main
it's
town.
it is a, well, you guys probably wouldn't know much about the Moonshades.
We would still probably fly to the closest
Yeah, well,
point
yeah,
and
exactly.
gather information, and then we'd find out we're in the perfect place because
Yeah.
that's the
Right.
closest
I'm
point.
just trying to figure out how much Minette would push for that if he knows that we'd be heading
I think
towards
so.
the one place
so
that he is interested in being.
I think Kenyon is aware of Sierra Westfall.
Yeah.
Just because it's a port town.
I was a Sword Coast pirate.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say that you guys are well aware of a port town nearby.
I'm sure there's shipwrights there. We can just pay to do it.
You guys start making your way that way, then?
I think so.
Sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't be fighting for it just because I'm not certain that if we got there that I would get what I'm after at the Moonshade Isles.
Sure.
But I'm not opposed to going there if that's the closest port city that we'd reliably be able to get repairs done at.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys head there. It's 4 days of travel, and as you're traveling, you
Well, what I was thinking was I could teleport 9 of us there immediately, and then we could arrange things.
Oh, okay.
While the
Right.
cruise ships
Yeah.
over.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sure. How many people do you actually want to take? You got people who have to be on the ship to make sure the mast is kept proper.
Well, I definitely want to bring
Manette, probably.
Deke, because he's injured and needs to go to a hospital. And
I wasn't able to cure him?
I
Well,
think
you healed
after we have enough healing, I think
Kyo's
that we'd be
protective of him.
in the interest of not splitting the party.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long our misadventures will take while we're there for
Yeah.
like the ship to catch up to us.
Right.
I think the party should go just to
I agree.
keep
So-
things.
And Rings is a seasoned pirate.
So who are
She's
the
a
4 other?
swashbuckler.
Who's
She's
the 4
charismatic,
other
yeah.
than the party then? I guess would be the thing.
The 4 outside of the party?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that'd be with the max that I can do on it.
Maybe Devo. Or she could stay on the ship to also keep an eye on Asmodeus.
I'm going to request Yin stay to keep an eye on Asmodeus.
Okay.
Do we really need to bring anybody else?
I don't think so.
So it's Rings, Deke,
In the party?
and we'll need to bring one of. Let's see who on the crew knows about. Who's the second most knowledgeable about ships?
Lucky?
Because we want to leave the most knowledgeable to keep things running, but I want a competent sailor with
I'm
us.
going to say Two-Eyed Mary.
Okay.
I like Two-Eyed Mary.
Did we fix the?
'Cause that's an amazing name.
I'm a competent sailor.
The helm.
Jack Sparrow.
No, not yet. I mean, the helm is jerry-rigged. It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
It is not
Okay, so
resolved.
it's Rings, Deke, Two-Eyed Mary, and then one of the one of the students who's selected by drawing straws.
All right. So Keo's going through and he's collecting his people for the teleportation, and Keo, you just walk into the room and you're like, you, and you point at a short female dwarf. Her name is Arton Stoutale. She is a wizard with a potions focus, and she says, "Yes, headmaster. What do you need?"
And then we teleport.
I say, Arwen, you've really impressed me lately.
Arton.
And then poof.
All right. So you guys poof to a magical library of sorts, kind of like a lyceum. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.